Hello my fellow plant people, thank you so much for joining me today. Please join me in grabbing a drink because today I would like to go over my favorite plants of 2021. One of my foster cats is eating one of the picks. Hold on. Ooh, that's not very nice. We should not eat plants. Okay. So today I was planning on filming a totally different video, and in order to prepare I wanted to go back and look at a previous similar video that I did, and I stumbled upon a video that I did in 2020 that was my favorite houseplants of 2020. Totally forgot, but it really made me want to film a 2021 version. 2021 wasn't that much better than 2020, but at least we're still here. I am drinking, I forgot, I poured this a while ago. I was watching the Bears game and doing some chores, and they actually won, yay. But this is probably a hazy IPA. On the can there's like a dog flying in a box, super cute, and one of the reasons why I chose to try it is solely for the dog. But so it was so fun to rewatch that video that I had totally forgot that I made and see the plants that I chose then. And I believe I chose the same amount of plants this time, 7 plants to show you. So let's get started on my favorite houseplants of 2021. Oh, and happy 2022. Let's hope, as I said in my 2020 video, that 2022 just gets better. Let's just hope it gets better. Cross your fingers. Okay, the first plant that I want to feature is a plant that is so special to me. It's very sentimental, and even though it's sentimental, I really didn't fully take notice of it until recently, and I'll show you why. So this amazing plant here is a Pothos Golden, and my mother gave me this plant when her and my dad were moving out of our house and into a smaller, they were downsizing into a condo, and she didn't have room for this plant, and this plant was hers. I remember it like on top of a refrigerator or outside in the warmer weather all throughout my childhood, and this was actually a cutting of my grandmother's plant that my mom took. So this one is just very special to me, and it's also a little thirsty. If you can, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little thirsty. But it has grown so well. It's so long now, and when I first got it, it was full like this, not as full, but pretty full. And it just started to die, and I didn't know what was wrong with it. I couldn't fix it, and then I ultimately decided just to chop it up. I'm just going to chop it up, root the cuttings, and this is what it's turned into, and it really fell in love with this plant this year. First one. I'm going to gently put it down because I don't want to smash the leaves. Which one should we do next? Oh! This one. This is my Vicks plant. I don't know if anybody watched my 2020 favorite houseplants video, but this plant was featured in that video, and I love it still. I don't know if you can tell, like, dead leaves are falling off of it, because I did kind of neglect it a little bit. It got a little sad, but it's bouncing back. It grew a lot since that 2020 video. Hi! This is the resident kitty. This is Black Cat. Do you want attention too? They just all want attention. This plant in 2020 blew me away, and it did it again in 2021. I just love it so much. It's not sentimental to me because it was passed down or anything. It's the scent that it gives off. It smells like Vicks, and my grandmother used Vicks all throughout my childhood. I'm sorry you can see my cat's tail, but you know, what are you gonna do? She wants to be here. I'm not gonna push her away. And when I smell this, I remember my grandmother who passed away in 2008. So yes, it's just another favorite of 2021. What you doing? So I was gathering all the plants, and then I came back, and there was this adorable, cute little white spider, and I don't know where it went, and I don't want to smush them, but okay, let me just be careful. Next one. This is my, let's see if I can pronounce this plant. Raphidodora, that's probably not how it's pronounced. Raphidodora Tetrasperma, it's something like that. I'm just terrible at pronouncing names. But this one grew so much for me in 2021. I had trouble with this plant. I tried it out a couple different times and was never successful. But I finally got this one, and I don't know if it's because I let it climb up or what, but it's been so happy with me, and I'm so happy it's so happy with me because it's a beautiful plant. I love the fenestrated leaves. They're just so gorgeous, and it's just continuing to grow even though we are in January of 2022. Oh my god, it's still growing. This is right here, the newest leaf, and it's been such an easygoing plant for me this time around, and it's been growing so beautifully, and it really caught my eye this year, and I love it a lot. Oh, you're just sitting and chilling now? Okay. This next one I have shown in a recent passive hydro, semi-hydro video that I did, and that is my Pothos Neon. I finally figured out this is a pothos. It's a Pothos Neon, and I just look at it. Ooh, it's so long. It's so long. It's so beautiful. It's so full, and it's even putting out new growth on the top here. These two, I'm just so happy because when I had this in soil, I was struggling so much. It didn't like being in soil and the care that I gave it in soil, but as soon as I switched it over to leca, it was like an immediate switch, and it just took off, and it's grown so much. It's still growing. The top is pushing out new leaves. There's a new leaf right here that's coming out, and this plant just honestly blows me away. I'm not sure if I want to cut it up to make it fuller, if I should just let it do its own thing. I haven't decided yet, but this plant just made me really happy in 2021, and that's what we need. That's what our plants are supposed to do, make us happy. I just gotta make sure that the vines aren't like trailing off of the table here, because then the cats will think that it's a toy for them. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3 more plants. Next is my Sansevieria Bantel Sensation. I love this plant so much. I love the Sansevieria. These are 2 plants combined. I think both of the plants I got at Grow Geneva. I actually have a third one on my Sansevieria shelf. If you're interested in seeing my Sansevieria collection, I do have a video showing all of the plants that I have of my Sansevierias. That made sense. Sure, let's go with that. And I think I say in this one, this is one of my favorites. It's so beautiful. It's just so big, and it's pushing out babies, and I think the tentacles just add to the aesthetic, and yeah, it's just, I'm really happy. This one made me happy. I'll do the second to last plant because it's also a Sansevieria, so it's also recently just featured on that Sansevieria video that I was talking about, / Dracaena. I know it's Dracaena. It's Sansevieria. Hi. And that is my Sansevieria Jerboa. I haven't had this one for very long, but I love it. The kittens love it. You can see this awesome nibbling action over here. And this was the plant that the foster kitty was eating when I first started the video. But yeah, this is my Jerboa. I just love the patterning on this plant. I just love how big it is. I did buy it this large because Sansevierias are pretty slow growers, but the patterning, the coloring, I love looking at it. Every time I go into my living room, my eyes are just drawn to this plant, and it's so beautiful. My last plant is a Hoya, and I was actually surprised that I didn't have more Hoyas in this video, but that Hoya is my Hoya Obovata. Also, look at this super cute container I have it in. This plant is in leca, and I got this container at a thrift store, and I just love it. I love the vibes, love the coloring that it's giving off, and I love it with this plant. But yeah, this Obovata, it's grown like crazy. I need to find support for it because it has this runner right now and a little bit of this one that's not going to give me anything unless it has something to support on. But it's just been so easy for me. It gives me joy every time I'm in my kitchen and I see it, and I see these adorable round leaves and how splashy they are. So last plant of this video, Hoya Obovata. Okay, that's it. Those were my top 7 plants for 2021. It was, again, so interesting to pick out plants for 2021 and then go back to my 2020 video and see what plants I picked for that year. I think it's enjoyable, and I do want to try and do a monthly favorites. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try it though. I think it's so interesting just to be able to reflect on what your favorites were at that moment. And like, to me, I thought it was so cool that even though I included my Vicks plant in my 2020 video, it still made it in my 2020 video. Does that make in my 2021 video? So thank you so much again for joining me today and watching my video. I hope that your 2022 is lovely and you make the goals that you set for yourself and that you're happy and that you're not stressed. Let's hope that for all of us. So yeah, thank you again. I'll see you next time. Cheers. What are you doing, Mugs? What do you want? That's back there.